Welcome to this week's episode of Humans in 5.
Today we bring some news from the world of paleoanthropology. Paleoanthropology represents the branch of biological anthropology that takes a look into the past to help flesh out our family tree.
Today, we only have one species of humans called Homo sapiens. That being said, there have been a range of other related species known as hominins in the past. There's been a range of new discoveries helping us to better understand the different forms of humans and hominins that have lived in the past as well.
One of the most remarkable developments in recent years is an improved understanding of how many of these species likely lived at the same time, and how they may have moved across more vast geographic areas than we previously thought.
For example, researchers have known for some time that around 100 to 50,000 years ago, Homo sapiens lived in Africa and Europe, whilst Neanderthals lived in Europe at the same time. This cohabitation in Europe has left marks on many of us living today, as a large proportion of people of European descent carry some Neanderthal genes that speak to some of the interaction between these two species of Homo.
That being said, a number of studies in recent years have added to this complex picture. Researchers have found that the late Pleistocene, extending from roughly 125,000 years ago to 10,000 years ago, was quite the time to be a hominin. In Europe, it looks like the Denisovans, a group of past individuals identified through ancient DNA research of fragmentary skeletal elements, also occupied Central Asia in this time window. Homo floresiensis, known colloquially as the Hobbit, also lived in this time window on the island of Flores in contemporary Indonesia.
A little over a week ago, a group of researchers have added to the list of Homo fossils recovered. They found some teeth, hand and foot bones, as well as a thigh bone on the island of Luzon in the contemporary Philippines, dating to at least 50,000 years ago. These fossils, from the rather active time period mentioned before, are quite unique from those found in other parts of the world. The teeth are smaller and seem to share some traits with both Homo sapiens and our older relation, Homo erectus. And the hand and foot bones suggest that these fossils may share traits with species even further back in the hominin family tree.
These researchers decided that this unique suite of traits deserved a new species designation. The authors proposed that these fossils should be known as Homo luzonensis, in honor of the island where the remains were recovered. While a new fossil designation always brings a lot of heated debate, the discovery of these elements is huge.
Any new fossils can help us build a better picture of how our past relations survived, thrived, and interacted. The recovery of fossils from Asia allow researchers to think about how our hominin relatives dispersed around the world and potentially explore the relationships between these diverse hominin groups.
We're always excited to add more fossil hominin material to our family tree, and while it's early days yet in the analysis of these new fossils and in our understanding of how they fill out the family portrait, we're excited to see what new ideas emerge from these exciting finds.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Humans in 5.
And don't forget to subscribe!